Hi, I'm John from Eurovision Ireland, and hi, I'm with JyellowL from Ireland, who's taking part in the national final on the 26th of January. How's it going?
I'm good, John. I'm good. I'm excited. We're
Uh,
counting down the days. Buzzing, buzzing.
Brilliant. And you should be because yeah, it's got to be a great event on that
Definitely.
Friday. On that Friday, I'm going to kick off straight away. How did you get into
Mhm.
music in the first place?
To be honest with you, music has always been part of my life. My earliest memories, as far for as far back as I can remember speaking, I can remember making music or doing something music related. All my earliest memories are with music and soundtracked by music as well. So it's always been there. The influence been there from my dad, my grandparents, my older brother as well, who started doing music first actually. And yeah, I guess professionally, I started in my leaving cert year where I was, that's the year where everyone is kind of. It seems like, oh my god, you have this huge decision to make, for like what you're gonna do for the rest of your life, and if you mess it up, then everything, your whole life is gonna be ruined. Like that's the kind of feeling. That's the feeling you get at the time. So um I was in my head a lot, and I was trying to do a lot of soul searching because I was all right in school, and it was a case of what do I want to do? Like I know what my mom wants me to do. I know what my options are, but what do I actually want to do? What am I comfortable doing for the rest of my life as a career path? And really, I had to just look inward, and the answer was right under my nose, or right under my nose the whole time, because music was the one thing that I was absolutely passionate about, and the one thing that's synonymous with my being and my existence. That's the only thing that if they said you could never do this again for the rest of your life, I would generally feel lost. I would genuinely feel lost. So that's the only thing. That was my rationale at the time. Like, okay, so that's the only thing I can see myself doing for the rest of my life. And I've never looked at it as a career option, but let me actually see how far I can take it. And thank you to my support system at the time, because they really encouraged me, thankfully.
Yeah, just out of interest, what did your mother want you to do?
but so my mom, typical, like she wanted me. My options were as follows in order, like it was in this order: medicine. If you fall short, dentistry. If you fall short, engineering. If you fall short, law. If you fall short of that, we might settle for computer science. But that's it. Those are the only options. Yeah, so and I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh, do I want to be in people's teeth for the rest of my life? I don't think so. So that was not what I wanted to do. So yeah, that was how we stumbled. How we decided to do music. She wasn't happy, as you can imagine, initially, but now, she's my biggest supporter. So shout out to my mom.
It's good to have the family on side. Anyway, who are your big influences? You say you're big into music. Who are your influences?
Yeah, so my biggest influence at the time, honestly, was Fela Kuti. Growing up, because I just felt like he as a person just transcended music, and he just transcended what music was known to represent. It was revolutionary. It was forward thinking. It was progressive. It was thought provoking. It was everything that could. It was everything. It was a movement rather than just music, and I was just so inspired by that, because I was like, wow, this guy, from everything, his songs, his lyrics, his arrangements, everything is intentionally placed, and it's just so powerful to me. Those for people that don't know Fela Kuti, he is the originator of Afrobeat, African legend, and I was also a huge fan of course, Bob Marley, Damon Marley as well, Damon Marley, Junior Gong, the GOAT. Um, J. Cole, I became my favorite artist. Burna Boy. I learned so many people. But at home we used to listen to like Harry Belafonte, King Sunny Ade, of course the dancehall classics like Vibes, Cartel, Supercats, all of them. It was everywhere. Musical. My musical exposure was from everywhere. I'll be honest, and yes, credit to my family.
That's great. Yeah, we can tell how enthusiastic you are. And in fact, you've also been you made the shortlist for the Choice Music Prize in 2020. How did that feel to make the shortlist?
It was great. It was great because the album that I made at the time, I put so much of myself into it. And of course, the timing was not great because when it was scheduled for release, it was COVID times. And I just felt like all the all the work that I put in and all the plans I had, I wasn't going to be able to actualize. You know what I mean? Like, of course, when as an artist, you want to be able to release the music and you want to be able to tour the music because you want to see how people actually react to it, how people take to it. You want to be able to interact with people, have those moments with the people who are supporting you and buying the album. Because a lot of people were buying the album as well, like the actual vinyls and stuff. So there was a real community that we were building, and I just felt like I didn't get the best opportunity to enjoy that whole moment and enjoy the process. So being nominated for the Choice Music Prize, like as Album of the Year, a couple of months after the release, it felt like a little bit of retribution in that, okay, you know what, we didn't get to do all the things that we wanted to do, but at least it's being recognized and the album is revered nationally at least. So that's something to, I guess, get a pat on the back for. But of course, being nominated is cool, but winning is even better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's kind of how I feel right now with the Eurosong. It's like amazing, it's great. Like I'm so happy to be here, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. But I want to win. I want to win. I want to win 100%.
fair enough. That's the right attitude. Now, so you entered the song Judas, and it's made the final six. Just tell us about the experience you've had Eurovision wise so far.
Honestly, Judas was a song that I didn't. You have these songs where you record them and you have in the back of your mind, you have a feeling that's attached to the songs. Like this song, I can't just throw it out. It has to be a special moment. I have to save it for something special. I don't know what it is yet, but I can feel it. I can't just release it and roll it out like every other song. So I parked it in my mind as just something that, because it was produced by Jay Gosling and Sammy Soso, and just how that whole thing came about. Wrote the song literally in the space of like an hour or so in the studio because I was just super inspired just by being in their presence, because they're industry giants themselves. So it was, the whole experience was incredible for me. So then when I decided to apply for the Eurovision, it just made sense when I was going through my catalog, because you can upload a couple of songs. I was going through my catalog and I was like, oh, this is the perfect song and this is the perfect moment. This is that feeling that I've been waiting for. I always knew that I would feel when the right time was to release the song, and this was the perfect opportunity for it. So I just took a chance, uploaded Judas, and I got the call saying, congratulations, you're going to be in the Eurosong final. I was like, wow, it's amazing. So yeah, that's kind of how it came about. And it was, to this, it's been very, it's been surreal. It's been surreal. I've loved every minute of it. And um, I'm enjoying every minute of it, even again, speak to the likes of yourselves and,
Yeah.
everyone else been. So the reception generally has been great, and just excited for the world to hear Judas now on the 26th, when it will be available on all streaming platforms, and of course to see the live performance on the Late Late Show.
Okay. Can you let us into how it's going to be staged?
Um, I really do want to, but the thing is, it's a competition at the end of the day. You can't give away too much, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Yeah.
But just know that it's going to live up to the billing, and every time I step out to perform, I aim to make it a spectacle, and I want to bring the listeners and the viewers alike into the world of JyellowL, into the universe of Judas. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Okay. Okay. We like a bit of surprise. So if it's all going to be a surprise next Friday, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. So
For sure.
yeah. So after Eurovision, have you got any like future plans? Any future stuff in the pipeline that you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so honestly, this has been my sole and primary focus since I found out about it. I've dedicated all my time and my creativity to making this the best possible thing that I could come up with, the best thing that I could do, the best representation of
Mhm.
myself and my music. So everything else has been on the back burner, but I have been working on my second album, my follow-up album, and I don't have any release plans for that yet, but I will say it's definitely going to be my best work. It's going to be my best work to date. More info there. If people want to know more, I'm very open on my socials. I'm one of those people. I'm a professional oversharer, especially when it comes to my music. So uh, you'll be up to date every step of the way. And yeah, definitely find me on socials and keep in touch. But for now, I'm laser focused on Judas, laser focused on the Eurosong, and by God's grace, the Eurovision.
Too right, too right. I bring to the socials. Where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, so it's at JyellowL everywhere. That's J the letter, yellow the color, L the letter, all one word, except for Twitter, which is at real JyellowL. Um, not because there's a fake JyellowL, just that it's just at real JyellowL. It's just how it happened there.
Yeah.
But yeah, everywhere. I'm pretty active on socials, as active as I can reasonably be. um, I keep in touch with people. I love talking about music. So I'm one of those nerds like that. So I love when people reach out to me talk about music. So yeah,
Cool. Yeah. Well, we'll put all your social medias. We'll put the links in the article that will follow this. Now, something
amazing.
we
Thank you.
ask everyone we interview: what is
Mhm.
your favorite cake?
My favorite cake. Hmm. Okay, so see, I'm somewhat of a I'm somewhat of a picky eater, right? I'm somewhat of a cake connoisseur as well. Reason being, my standards are so high because my grandma was a caterer, right? My grandma
Yeah.
was a yeah, she was so she everything, every wedding, every birthday, everything. My grandma was the person to go to. She was catering and decorating. So I grew up my grandma and I loved her fruit cake. Her fruit cake was sublime. And nothing, no other fruit cake has ever lived up to the billing. So it's unfair for me to say fruit cake in general is my favorite cake because it's like specifically my grandma's fruit cake. And then my mom, who was my grandma's protege, baking protege, then learned all these recipes and then start enhancing those recipes. And then her cake, but her sponge cake then became my favorite cake. You know what I mean? Her lemon sponge, whether it's lemon sponge, whether it's vanilla, black, whether it's black treacle, whatever it is. I'm a so I don't know how to answer this question because it's like, do I go grandma? Do I go my mom? So I'm just gonna say a hybrid. You know those cakes that you have and it's like half and half. That's my favorite
Oh yeah.
cake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's the
keep
cake
everyone
that the
happy.
women in your family make is the best cake.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I know I'll continue to pass on this family tradition. Absolutely.
Right. Well, we're gonna let you go now. It's been
Uh,
great to talk to you.
Likewise, John.
Yeah,
Likewise.
we wish you the very best. We only Eurovision Ireland wish you the best of luck
Thank you
next
so much.
Friday. There's a small press event the day before Eurosong, so we may be able to catch up with you again then, just
For
to
sure.
say hi. Um,
For sure.
but yeah, all the best.
Thank
Um,
you so much.
and the national final is on RTE1 on Friday the 26th of January at about 9:30 in the evening, the Late Late Show
Yep.
slot. So tune in and
Tune
vote
in.
JOL.
Vote JyellowL Judas to represent Ireland at the
Yeah.
Eurovision 2024 Sweden. Let's go. Thank you so much, John. I
Yeah.
appreciate you taking time to speak
Thank
to me.
you. Thank
Super
you.
excited. Let's go.
Okay. All the best, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.
Cheers.